Welcome into Deseret News Rewind. Dusty Litster, Dane Stewart, as always presented by Herriman Associates, brought to you by the Utah Army National Guard and outfitted by Black Clover. Our picks video, by the way, before Labor Day, get this in, go to blackcloverusa.com, put in the code DNR20 and get 20% off of your purchase at blackcloverusa.com. By the way, gotta let the Twitter handle Region14, good friend of the program. He tweets at us a lot and messages, great guy. He outdueled us. He went 9-1.
Yeah, Tony Jepson went 7-3. Congratulations, Tony. Dusty, look, if Region 14 is out picking us, we got to pick it up, man.
We're feeling content, but no. We're tied at 12-8 on the year.
Yeah.
Let's jump in this because we got a lot of games we're picking this week. Let's start with this one. Dane would really like to go to this one. I don't know if we can make this one work. Kanab and Millard.
Folks, I really do want to make this our game of the week. I don't know if it's going to happen. I'll tell you this, Kanab, they have been so impressive out of the gates this year. The Cowboys have been playing really, really well. But I love the response that we saw from Millard this last week once they got down to Delta. DeGraffenreid, legitimate. This Millard program has been strong for years. I got the Eagles to knock off Kanab at home.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Eagles as well. I watched a little bit of the Kanab game, watched the Millard game, a little more explosiveness. With what we're going to see out of DeGraffenreid in this one.
Yeah.
And Lehi at Mountain Ridge.
Boy, this is an interesting one, huh? Lehi, I thought that it would just going to be a matter of time for that offense to get back. Looked like, started to see some shades of what we've been accustomed over the years. That Mountain Ridge team, though, Dusty, I like what the Sentinels have been able to start to establish here in year two. That being said, I'm going to take Lehi and the momentum coming off a nice win. Yeah,
it might be a little recency bias here. Mountain Ridge did have a nice night last night. Win number 2 came for Coach Mike Mayfu, but win number 2 for Lehi I think is coming this week. When you got Creighton Cooper and Peyton Dieters, we're going to stick with that one. Mountain View at Ogden.
Who would have thought we'd be picking this game 3 weeks ago, huh? You know, Mountain View has a great win over Dixie this last week. Ogden 3-0. Ogden at home. This might be a sleepy candidate for a game of the week as well. Stay tuned as we announce that coming up here shortly where we'll be on Friday night. Look, I went against the Ogden Tigers last week. I paid my dues for it. Ogden at home. I'm going to ride with the Tigers. I got Ogden.
Mountain View's winning against Dixie says a lot.
That's a statement.
Yeah, because I know Dixie's good. Watched the Roy game too. And so I'll take Coach Anderson and Mountain View.
I probably should have, but I'm going with Ogden.
Yeah. Let's go down south. Canyon View versus Snow Canyon.
Pair of undefeateds here, Dusty, going head to head, and only one will come out undefeated. I think that's going to be the Warriors. I got Snow Canyon. Yeah,
going into Santa Clara, not going to be very kind to Canyon View. Yeah. I'll go with Landon Fry and Hill. I'm on, and plus Tim Nowatzki's the offensive coordinator. He was a fun receiver in the early 90s at BYU. Because we talked about Tyler Anderson just a minute ago too. Yeah, that's a good one. So I'll go Snow Canyon as well. Box Elder versus Bear River, the battle of the Golden Spike.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun one, Dusty. Box Elder, they had just some tough matchups early on. Couldn't quite come through with some victories. Can they get one in a rivalry game on the road? Bear River coming in off of a loss. I'm going to go with Box Elder in this one. I think the Bees, Parker Buchanan, get things righted on the road. I got Box Elder.
I'm taking Parker Buchanan and the Bees as well in this one. Sorry, my fans in Garland. They are our 3A correspondent, but yeah, I'm going to go there. Yeah. Granger versus Riverton.
Well, we talked about Cadius. He didn't start. Don't believe that he played in that loss against Highland this week. Coming off a loss for Granger. Riverton as well coming off a loss. I think that injury is really big for Granger. I don't know if Cadius is going to be back this week. If he won't be, if he is, I think this is going to be a really good matchup. If he's not, I just wonder how good that Granger offense is going to be running. I'm going to go with Riverton, but if Cadius plays, this game could go either way.
Yeah, Riverton had a tough week against the Lehi. I think this game's going to be close. I had Riverton in my other 5 teams video. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Riverton. I say it reluctantly because I actually could see a spot in my head.
That injury, in my mind, the Cadius situation is really probably the game changer there.
Wasatch at Pleasant Grove.
Oh, man, how about Wasatch? Maybe a team that we haven't talked about enough quite yet here through the first 3 weeks of the season. They've been really good, putting up a lot of points, but you got to score even more if you're going to be playing PG. I got the Vikings.
Yeah, Sam Levitt threw 4 touchdown passes. Rex Connors ran for 2 against Jordan. They had that week where, you got some guys that might be nicked up a little bit. They got some guys right on the outside, and plus you have Jones and others. I'm going PG. Coach Coburn and Mike Sanford, I love you, but I'm going to go PG in this one. Westlake at Herriman.
Could this be a statement game, Dusty? I know Herriman coming off a nice come-from-behind win over West Jordan. That offense just hasn't quite looked like it should, right? And I know that we're early on and things are going to get sorted out, and Coach Pierce, he's done this, right? We know that non-region is about getting all the pieces to fit together. Is this the first loss for Region 4? Nope. I'm going with the hammer of Thor. I got Westlake.
Yeah, I'm riding Westlake on this one too. Looking really, really good. All right, let's go to two of the bigger headlining games of the weekend. Let's go first, the game on Thursday night, Timview at Bingham.
Interesting one here, right? I mean, Timview, a team that we know is trying to work through some things as well, and Lamson, we're waiting to, hopefully he's able to get back. I haven't heard any update on that situation. Amavea feels like a kid that's just going to take some reps, get comfortable in that offense. That defense is really good. I even talked to Lone Peak last night before the game, said that Lone Peak defense is really good. It is. Bingham, I'm still trying to learn what Bingham is. We see a little bit here and there. We see glimpses of it. I know over time Coach Peck is going to get that thing right. This game played at Bingham. I think Coach Peck coming off a loss, we saw the difference week 1 to week 2, or week 2 to week 3 in this case. I think that Bingham team's going to be ready to go. I'm going to go with the Miners, but I think this is a really good game.
I hate that we're picking so much alike. Timview's got a lot to work out, and granted, they played Lone Peak and AF. That's really, really hard.
Yeah.
And but Bingham's figuring some things out. They're running the ball really well. They've almost did what Timview did at the end of the year last year, at least beginning of the game against Corner Canyon. Eye it up and run the old stuff.
Yeah. Maine made some throws against Corner Canyon too.
He did, and you're just not going through the onslaught. I'm going to go Bingham. I don't know that Timview offensively, no one does what Corner Canyon does. There's only a few teams that maybe could to Bingham, and I think Bingham could take care of business that way.
Yeah.
We picked a lot the same this week. All right, here's the last one. Alta at Orem.
Well, you want to talk about we're not quite certain what we have. I'm not quite certain what we have in Alta, Dusty. And hey, if you want to use that for motivation, fine, at Dane_Stewart. But, we've seen what they have at the quarterback position. We know they got a really great receiving target in Randolph. How are they going to deal within the trenches? I've seen that Orem defense. They move, and they get after the quarterback, and you better make sure that you provide time for your gunslinger out of the pocket if you're Alta. To me, that's the biggest question. This game's going to be won along the line of scrimmage. I haven't seen Alta's their offensive line. I've seen Orem's defensive line. I know how good it is. I got the Tigers.
Yeah, I know on those ends, Randolph was really, really good, but if Jaden Ayu is living in your backfield, Ethan Jackson doesn't have a lot of time to get the ball off. I'm going to go Orem as well. I think they're going to bounce back. They got a bad taste in their mouth after that loss to Skyridge. And both teams played Skyridge. Neither one had their best nights. That's why this game's on the pick board, because it's really hard to pick. But and I hate picking against Alta, you know that over the years. But I'm going to take Orem in this one. Who do you got in those picks? For Vince Bradis and Dane Stewart, I'm Dusty Lister. Thanks for joining us and watching the Deseret News Rewind schedule video.